question that a lot of folks ask themselves is, what is the point of anything? And that is the question that Mrs. D actually asked me the other day. We were hauling the things that we bought, and she's like, Billy, let me ask you something. And I said, sure, what's up? She's like, what is the point of anything? Why are we doing all of this? Why are we, just preparing as much as possible? Why are we just living life the way we do in general, that is? Why do we have to go to work? Why do we have to do things that we just don't like? And I said, well, it's a complicated answer, to tell the truth. This is a society that we live in. It's a simple answer that I can give you. The longer and more in-depth answer that pretty sure that most of you, are asking themselves, what the heck are we doing this for? Well, just like I told Mrs. D, when I was in Cuba, a lot of people asked themselves the same question. What is the purpose of all of this? Why do we have to live the way we do? Why? The why question is something that humans have to deal with for as long as the human has been walking on the planet Earth. What is the point? Why do we cultivate? Why we just don't focus on just hunting and gathering? What is the point of going to work? Why do we have to pay taxes? Why? Well, here's the thing, and I'm gonna put it as simply as possible. It's just the way that I did with Mrs. D. We prepare just because we are alive. And whether we like to admit it or not, we require things to live, whether it's food or whether it's water, any other things. I mean, it's not whether we want to admit it or not, it's the things that we need in order to be alive. Air, water, food. We need shelter. If we want to be more comfortable, then we're talking about now clothing. If we want to protect ourselves against predators, we need things to defend ourselves. Because let's face it, human beings, aside from our ability to think and ration things, some are very weak. Very, very weak. We don't have claws. We don't have speed. Animals, just have way more advantage than us. We do think, and that's why we're now dominating the earth, quote unquote. But going back to the whole thing, it's a very hard question, because a lot of you are probably asking yourself, why do I have to work to pay taxes? It's a social contract that you enter in if you want to live in society. I'm pretty sure you want to drive on roads. Roads don't pay for themselves. I'm pretty sure you want to open the tab and water running. That has to be paid. So that is my simple answer. And it's a lot more complicated than that, but it's society. Society is a bundle of craziness that we created. In fact, if you really want to get to the nitty-gritty and you want to step back quite a bit, I would say 9 out of 10 jobs are absolutely unnecessary. And a lot of people argue with me about this when I was in the workforce, and I told my coworkers, what we do is not necessary. This is a made-up job, pushing papers and doing things. This is just made up. This is not something that, if it goes away, we will die. It's not. Cultivating our land, that's a different story. Raising our animals is a different story. And to a point, if we want to regress far enough, if we want to go back to being hunter and gatherers, that's, we won't need that either. Our survival rate will go downhill. But so, what is the point of anything? We are now, as a species, weaker than ever, if we wanna put it like that. We depend on machinery. We depend on tools more than ever. Our ancestors, spear and a rock knife, if we want to put it like that. That's all they needed, and some fur and whatnot to cover themselves. Just look behind me. That is the problem that we have nowadays. So if you thinking, what is the point of anything? Why do we do the things that we do? We do the things that we do simply enough because we are in a place right now in our evolution that we will not survive as our ancestors did. It's unfortunately, but that's just the way it is. Will some survive? I'm pretty sure. I mean, we're talking about billions of people. I'm sure that some will survive. I mean, it's the whole thing as our ancestors lived this way. Well, do you? No. I cannot come here and tell you that I'm as a badass as my grandfather is. Because my grandfather, when he was 9 years old, he was a woodsman. He was cutting wood for a living at 9 years old. So that is definitely what I told Dee. I was like, this is a really complicated question, and it entails so much. But the simple answer, for all of you, if there is a point of anything, is the social contract that you have entered by being born into this time. Since you were born in this time and you are not hardened by hardships, this is what we have. Even I, that I was born in a third world country, I have not experienced enough hardships to say, hey, I am like the people 200 years ago. No. Those people, well, let's just say that they were hard people. So, yeah, that is the point of everything. We do everything because this is the life that we live and this is the time that we live in. And if we don't go to work, we don't make money, whether it's for yourself, whether it's for somebody else. Without money, we cannot buy the essentials that we need. Without the essentials that we need, let's say that a grand majority of people will not survive. Can we live completely off the grid without anything? Historically, people have done it, but they don't tell you how many have tried and failed. That's the problem too. A lot of people focus just on the folks who have done it. The very, very few, the very minuscule percent, they have done it. But how many people have tried and failed? You see what I'm saying? So, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm really happy that I was born in this era. I don't want to be running around with the spear worrying that a saber tooth is going to eat me. I am happy to be able to get the tools necessary to make my life easier. And I am very happy that I can have clean water and not get Yardia or any parasites just for drinking water. Just being honest with y'all. So that is the point of everything. If you want to enjoy life the way it is nowadays, well, you got to do what you got to do. So that's the answer that I gave Mrs. D. That's the answer that I will give anybody who comes in and says, well, where's the point of everything? Well, if you don't want to live in a house, You know, go live in a cave. If you don't want to wear clothes, go kill a bear and wear the skin. If you don't want to have a firearm, that's fine. Make a spear. If you don't want to have a good knife, that's fine. Carve yourself a rock knife. Make it yourself, and that's it. If you get a toothache, don't come to the doctor. Pull it out yourself. Is that what you want to do? If that is what you want to do, let me know in the comment section below. Like I was Rock On, Prep On, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.